Good afternoon, everyone. We'll just wait for a few more seconds for everyone to come in this informative, interactive webinar that we have for you in the Startup Formula, Creating a Successful Business. My name is Jesus Padilla. I am the Assistant Director here at the Florida SBDC at FIU. And this is a good opportunity to introduce yourself. What type of business do you have? Are you a client of the SBDC? What industry? Are you in the idea phase, startup phase? I just want to get to know more about you and how today's presentation will be able to get a few aha moments with the information that we have for you. Also, we have created a poll for you. So by all means, encourage you to respond so that we get to know more about you and how we can assist you with the next steps for your business venture. Also, some general housekeeping items. This is a recorded webinar, so in case you have to step out, answer a phone call, don't worry. All participants will be receiving today's presentation along with the recording on the YouTube channel. So definitely, besides registering for a consultation, like and subscribe our YouTube channel as we have a plethora of pre-recorded webinars to enhance your business needs as well. If you have any questions, I strongly encourage you to put it in the Q&A. And throughout today's presentation, my colleagues Lorna and Lauren will be more than happy to moderate those questions on your behalf. So once again, my name is Jesus Padilla. I'm the Assistant Director here at the Florida SBDC at FIU. And a brief description of who we are for those who are not yet clients of the SBDC. Allow me to introduce you who we are, what we do. The Florida SBDC network is funded through a cooperative agreement with the U.S. Small Business Administration. Now, based on the show of hands, you can put in the chat, where are you primarily located? Are y'all located in Miami-Dade, Monroe County? What county are you located? The Florida SBDC at FIU assists businesses that are physically located here in Miami-Dade, Monroe County, as we are your local SBDC. If you're located outside of Miami-Dade, Monroe County, don't worry. In the chat, Lauren will be putting my email address, and I'll be more than happy to connect you with your local SBDC across the entire state. The services that the Florida SBDC network provides is the one-on-one business consulting, the startup assistance, access to capital, international trade, government contracting, marketing, and growth strategies, along with the data, the market research, and trainings and workshops as you're present in today's topic. So who am I? Once again, I'm the Assistant Director here at the Florida SBDC at FIU. I was recently honored one of America's 40 under 40 as a recognition of the SBDC staff across the national network who demonstrates the innovation, the leadership, and the commitment to the mission of the SBDC. I have worked in the center for over 9 years. I have co-consulted in the marketing and startup assistance, providing those innovative tips and tricks, different ideas to entrepreneurs like yourself to start your business. I myself, I'm also an entrepreneur as I have multiple side hustles and a few e-commerce businesses. So I definitely have that entrepreneurial spirit just like you, I definitely have a lot of good, bad, and ugly experiences. But at the same time, we're here to guide you at no cost for your business needs, as I'm a 3-time alum here at FIU with a master's in marketing and an MBA as well. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I have a lot of colleagues from across the entire state. I'm more than happy to connect you with our colleagues, my counterparts, that will be able to assist you with your business needs and starting up based on what permit set is needed if you're located in Polk County versus Broward County. So Hillsborough, for example. So we'll be more than happy to connect you with my counterparts based on your business needs. And throughout today's presentation, there's going to be various polls. Based on those responses, we'll be able to enhance the conversation that I'll be able to connect you with my colleagues across the state. So full disclaimer, we're going to be talking about the general tips and how to start your business. We're not going to be covering all the different scenarios, circumstances. So it's best to touch base with any legal or tax professional, as that is outside the scope of our services. So it's definitely encouraged to speak with your legal or accounting professional, as there's going to be additional information in those key areas that will definitely benefit us. Once again, no two businesses, no two industries are the same. Yes, we do have, yes, perfect. Shoot me an email on the e-commerce and I'll be more happy to, we could talk afterwards. Hope also well. Nice to see you again. So I want to thank you for attending today's webinar. And at the same time, this is where we're going to talk about the 4 key walls of a house. So before I proceed, we have the second question in the poll based on what is your business idea? What type of business do you have? So that we have a good understanding, I could provide some additional examples in today's presentation, along with several case studies from some of our clients and from our experiences. So by building a house, you have to have the 4 walls, have a good foundation. So this is the 4 key steps to starting up right. You have to have the idea phase, the planning, the financing, and the launching phase. So before I proceed, I just want to touch base in the chat. What made you to start a business? How to open up a business? What is your mission? What is your why of starting a business? Yes, if viewers are here, you can put in the chat, and I will be more happy to collaborate. Okay. Okay, perfect. I have one that was in regards of the financial dependence, family legacy. Perfect. Okay. Additional source of income, self-determination. Absolutely. Perfect. Yeah, everyone has their different whys. So this is a good opportunity to start incorporating the formula as to, do I need funds? Do I need more marketing? How do I get my ideas into paper? How to implement them? What is the best formula? Because once again, like it could be, I want to start selling ABC products and then scale to a different industry or diversify your business. So there's a good formula how to do it, but at the same time, be calculating those risks, because at the same time, you don't want to put all eggs in one basket, and how you're able to adapt based on the current trends and what the market is dictating for you. This is where you don't have to recreate the wheel, create new product, new service from scratch. Some of the most successful businesses, they were innovative, creating new strategies to the already existing marketplace. Some benefits, it would, to follow the strategy, it's not inventing something new. Do not just lower the cost just to be the cheapest one, but then it's the perception, how's the quality of that brand? And by having a good analysis of your competitors, and that will create a good market opportunity, and that is the competitive advantage. So for example, I ship a lot of items online. Sometimes people ask me, Jesus, why am I charging $15 more for shipping versus one could do it for free? That is my value proposition. I provide that white glove service to make sure my products, they don't break on transit from my place to your place. I wouldn't sell you something if I myself wouldn't buy it. At the end of each year, I treat all my customers. I send them a $5 gift card, $10 gift card, $20 gift card as a thank you gift. As being one of my clients, one of my customers this year, I treat each transaction as relationship, and that is what is my competitive advantage, and that's my value proposition. Throughout today's presentation, value proposition is going to be one of the big buzzwords in today's presentation. Perfect. Here, I definitely, Jill, I definitely completely agree. Yep, diversifying, putting everything under one umbrella definitely helps out as well. Yep. So this is when we start planning what is the best framework, how to fully execute and meet those thresholds, those milestones as well. So by planning your business, focus on how to conduct the proper planning to have a good foundation. And the 3 key actions, it is understanding your market. Who are your ideal customers? How you're able to cater to them? How you're able to get the messaging? Followed by, what is your business model? Is it going to be a subscription based, annual based? Is it brick and mortar, online? What products or services you'll be providing, and creating your business plan. Now, before I proceed, I just want to touch base. How was your experience developing a business plan? You could definitely tell me it was great, overwhelming, stressful. Have you developed one? Feel free to put it in the chat so we could definitely have a little bit more guidance in everyone's temperature of the When I say business plan, how do you feel? Okay, I got stressful right here, overwhelming, don't know where to start. Okay, yep, start and never finish it. Okay, okay, perfect. Yeah, my word of advice is just focus, put all your ideas into the paper. And yes, it is, it's stressful, it's overwhelming, but our goal is not for you to be stressed. We're here with you to guide you throughout the entire process because we're family. We coming as strangers, we're living as family on how we can assist you to create that economic impact in the community and help you to fulfill the dream of being an entrepreneur. And the part of this presentation, it is going to give you a good bullets, a good outline for you to develop and execute the business plan. So by understanding your market, it is the consumers with unsatisfied wants and needs who have both the resources and the willingness to buy from you. Even though everyone um, is a business owner and entrepreneur, we're also consumers. Because if your supply chain, if you're not satisfied with one of your vendors providing you the products, you definitely gonna look somewhere else. Or if you're going to a restaurant and you did not get the expectations that you wanted, you go somewhere else. So this is where, as an entrepreneur, we're able to set out and fill out the market needs by offering top quality and great service at a fair price. Have that Goldilocks approach. Once again, if you price your products too high, you're excluding a big market. If you price it too low, what's the perception? So have, once again, the Goldilocks approach. One of the great advantages of being a small business is that you're able to know the ability of the market and quickly adapt to those needs. So if everyone's selling Jesus, in your ice cream shop, all you're selling is strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla, we want some cookies and cream. If the market is asking, I'm definitely going to want to satisfy those needs. And that is a whole different market that I could definitely cater to. So think of this, everyone, all of us, we're small businesses. We are a small canoe navigating through a canal. It's easy to make a 3-point turn going to the marketplace versus a cruise ship. It's very difficult to make that 3-point turn. So that creates a competitive advantage and a good stronghold of the market to cater to those wants and needs of those particular potential clients and customers. When I was doing my MBA, I had to select a business, a case study of a successful business that understood the market and how they're able to replicate that success in multiple countries. I chose 7-Eleven. The founder of 7-Eleven once said, give the customers what they want, when and where they want it. Look at the United States. It's an everyday products on the go. Indonesia, the trendy spot where young people spend time, surf the web, meet friends. In Taiwan, service or bicycle. These are 3 different countries, 3 different markets, and this is how they're able to be successful and fully comprehend what their customers, what the citizens of the country are looking for. So imagine me if I ask my friends, hey, let's go hang out 7-Eleven. Say, Jesus, we love you, but that's not for us. Find yourself some new friends. So this is how you're able to fully cater. And as we're always selling, we have to start listening what the market is asking us for us to fulfill their needs. By doing the data, the market research, it could be conducted in person with consumers based on surveys or by you and your team. Become like the secret mystery shopper. There's also free databases like the US Census Bureau, the Federal Reserve, Department of Labor, along with the SBA has a really good website in the market competitive analysis. But at the same time, the Florida SBA can assist you to analyze and fully comprehend the data that is in those reports to make those key strategic decisions for your business. To make sure that what you want to do is it provides a more return on investment for your business. Some factors that anyone and everyone should consider, it is what is the potential demand of your products and services you would like to cater to? What's the market size? Is it growing? Is it diminishing? What are the behaviors? How's the market competition of your direct and indirect competitors, the economic indicators, the location, and the pricing? So a perfect example, it is if I want to open up a child daycare, in this part of the county. There's always a demand, but I want to open up in this part because there's no competitors directly or indirect. So let me be the only one in that particular area. That's fantastic. But once you analyze it, it is a 55 and over community. There's no young families with kids, as opposed, let me go to another part of the city that is young up and coming families, children. That's fantastic. There's a demand for that. But now start focusing on the direct competitors and the indirect. With it, who are the key players in that 5 mile radius versus the 1 mile radius, as these are my ideal clients I would like to cater to. Then that's how you're able to create the value proposition based on the pricing. Because at the end of the day, everyone is price sensitive. If I sell a pen for $14.99 versus $10.99 to $13. So what is our value proposition that one will be getting from using your services or products? Perfect. Yeah. Yes, and we have upcoming events that could definitely help you in regards. The question was, what are some suggestions for starting out and how to approach possible customers for research? Yes, we do have a few workshops in regards of the consumer analysis, like consumer behavior, based on understanding your customers, the market research, some questions that you could definitely ask in regards, how was the overall experience? What else can we assist you with? Provide additional value, educate them in regards, hey, have you purchased this product? Did you know about these features? So right there, you're not treating them as transactional, but you're becoming the subject matter expert in that area. The target market research provides the segmentations of the different groupings of the clients that you like to cater to. That creates the identification of the ideal target markets you want to cater to. How do you then position yourself in the marketplace in any stakeholder analysis? These are the key players that will be influence the day-to-day business operations, the decision-making of the business that you want to do. The segmentations, it separates the customers into various categories, determining what segment is best for the offerings of your business. You could separate them based on the gender, the age, the income, the spending habits, the education levels. So you could split them up in different areas to see if there's a common denominator of these pockets of segments that you want to cater. This is where you're able to create a primary and secondary target market. It's by identifying exactly for who your product is geared for and whether your products and service fits the segments of the market that you have identified. So for example, baby clothes. My brother has a daughter. I want to be the cool uncle. I want to spoil my niece down to the T. Especially now the holidays is coming up. I'm excited. So there's the primary target market and the secondary target market. Baby clothes retailers, toy stores, they want to cater to the families of the young child as a primary target market with coupons, with information, so like that we're able to buy all the clothes, all the toys for the child, and that the parents have to pay for it or buy it. So we're the primary target markets, and then my brother is a secondary target market. Even though it's the same products that the store is gearing towards, but they want to provide us some more information so we could spoil the child. But the good thing is, once you're able to have a good understanding of your primary and secondary target market, eventually you become the go-to spot. These two target markets will be morphed into one, and you could definitely find new potential markets down the road that you could diversify, and that becomes your new secondary target market. And that's how organically you're able to grow the business. Think of it like how it was with Amazon. First, it was the traditional books. And then they realized that we could definitely do another thing for clothes and everyday products. So before you know it, that's how Amazon started to grow with the target markets. Owners of small businesses usually have small, limited resources on spending on marketing. Concentrating your efforts on one or key target markets gets the most return investments. There's two methods to use to segment a market. It could be the geographical segmentations or the customer segmentations. One of the case studies that we had was a geographical segmentation where she opened up an ice cream shop. And it is right behind her office right behind her ice cream shop, there were 4 40-story high-rise buildings. That's fantastic. Those are the clients I want to cater to, but didn't have the full understanding, the full research as to what are their preferences, their spending habits, my profiles. So we encouraged her to do 4 separate coupons and label them. One is a buy one, get one free, a free small scoop. One is a 10% off, and another one is a free pint, for example. So right there, she's able to fully understand the transaction times, who bought from what building, what are their favorite flavors. So by having a good understanding, you're able to have a good profile of the ideal clients, as opposed, I want to cater all of Miami. So by having a small geographical area, this is how you're able to serve the needs of those customers in one particular area of the community or city. The customer segmentation is identifying people who are most likely to buy your product or services and then targets those groups. So for example, surfboards. I used to be a surfer growing up. I don't look like it, but I used to surf a lot. So this is where you want to target people who are in the surfing industry, or at least have interest of surfing, versus reaching out to the baby boomers as, hey, do you want to try out surfing? Even though some might be searching for the youth, but you probably won't sell a lot of surfboards. So that's not a good return investment. So you have to have a good approach based on which segment is best for the products and services that you like to cater to. And this comes in with the positioning. How do you position your business using the most effective messaging? So for example, if I want to sell my products, my surfboards, do I want to sell it at bus stops or at billboards driving to Miami Beach? That is a completely different messaging. Or I could also have effective radio ads as well. As people are driving through, they're able to see the billboards and listen to the radio, as opposed to having them as bus benches or at platforms waiting for the train. So by having a good, effective messaging, you're able to say the right things about your product to the right people in a way that they understand, and it personalizes your target market and helps to create that effective messaging. And so if you speak too technical, you might lose people, they might lose interest. If you speak basic, a way for them to understand, you're able to become, once again, the subject matter expert. In the stakeholder analysis, this is where you're able to have a conversation based on anyone who's affected by your business does, the health of your business. It is a stakeholder. You cannot satisfy the diverse needs of everyone, of all the stakeholders, but it's important to identify those stakeholders who are most important for you, the values of the business along with the health. Keep these prioritized stakeholders in mind when making those day-to-day and long-term strategic decisions. The famous word of the day, value proposition. So in your business model, you have 2 key elements: value proposition and the go-to-market strategy. Now, in the chat, I just want to ask you, do you have a value proposition? Have you developed one, or is this your first time hearing the word value proposition? First time, okay. Perfect. Okay. Have developed one, but now, so researcher, what would it be? Perfect. Okay. Yes. This is where you have to do a self-assessment, a self-analysis of what is the clear and compelling statement on what unique value your company brings to the market. What is so unique about you? How do you able to stand out amongst your competitors? How to convince the public, your potential clients, of the difference between why they should buy from you versus the competitors. So some questions you should ask yourself, and this is a good homework for everyone. So in case if you're interested to meet with our business consultants, they're going to ask you, what is your value proposition? So I'm giving you the homework before the teacher gives it to you. Ask yourself, what do you offer to the customer? What needs are you satisfying and how you're different from the competition? Sometimes when we ask our clients, what is your value proposition? They always tell me, I'm offering everything to the client. I'm satisfying all their needs. I have no competition because I'm the best one, or my business is everything, so I have no competition. The question now, my concern is if you have no competition, is there a market for the product or service you're providing? That's a red flag. But let's hold it down. If you have all these needs that are satisfying, you're offering everything. Okay, now let's hone it down to find a particular niche, or how do you stand out amongst the competitors so that when people are looking for you, they know what to go for as the go-to person for 1, 2, 3 ABC products or service. While the developing the business model and the go-to-market strategy is the roadmap, the step-by-step for getting your products or services to your customers. It's different from the marketing strategy, but it helps you to create the framework of defining the target market, identifying your customers, and how you reach your customers, along with pricing those, along with the pricing models. If it's annual based, subscription based, is a one-time base, how is it going to be? In the business planning, this is, once again, we talked about it earlier. This is where many entrepreneurs lose track when it comes to drafting a business plan. So don't let the idea of drafting the business plan delay the opportunity to move forward. I want you to focus on getting your idea out of your head and onto the page. And this serves as a roadmap for your business, as a good business plan helps you navigate your business towards the strategic approach. It's always a living, breathing document. So if you're able to adapt, to change it, it's always good to update it. For example, look how it was in 2019. This is my business plan. This is where my goals for the next 3 to 5 years. These are my clients, my projections. Look up in 2020, things changed. 21, 22, 23. So now the customers may have different buyer personalities, different behaviors. Perhaps your market has increased or decreased. So you're able to adapt based on what the market trends is going towards the business plan to have those strategic approaches. Because at the end of the day, what is the purpose of business plan? It could be for various options. It could be presented to lenders, to bankers, partners, or even just a strategic approach of your team to know where you want to take the business to. This is where I know that some of our colleagues in today's webinar, based on their thoughts of the business plan, haven't started, overwhelmed. So this is where I'm giving you the framework of developing the business plan, and now it's just a plug and play format. The business plan will explain who you are, why you're in business, what you do, how do you do it, where you operate, how will you generate profits, who your customers are, and why is your business important. No one knows your business better than you yourself. No one knows you better than who you are or why you're in business. So this is where you're able to create your story, your narrative, your why. And this is where you're able to start honing it and creating and branching off the business growth that you want to do. So this is a good part of today's webinar. It is the overall blueprint for your success. This is what entails the business plan. So it's an easy plug and play based on where you're able to create the format of the business plan. Your executive summary. The executive summary is best to be written last, just like the phrase, save the best for last, because right there you're bringing everything together as a small summarize to get the reader's attention so they could continue reading. For the personnel, who are the key players in your team? What are some of the procedures, the operating procedures that you have? How's the industry? Is it growing? Is it decreasing? What are some current trends? The competition analysis. That's when you do the market research. Who are your customers? The profiles. What products and services are you providing? What marketing strategies are you incorporating? Is it more social media? Is it more traditional door-to-door? How are you marketing your business? Along with the sales strategies, the financial breakdown, and the optional appendices as such, any patents, any blueprints, any articles. If you're in the government contracting sector, the capability statement. We have consultants that can help you develop the capability statement if you want to pursue into the government contracting side, state, local, federal, as we work closely with the Apex Accelerator. Correct. I have a question here. How does the value proposition relate to the business plan? The value proposition will be inside the marketing, the marketing component of the business plan. So think of it like the value proposition. It is like your elevator pitch. You know, like a quick phrase, a quick 11 seconds as to who you are, what you do, and how to create a memorable experience, a memorable moment for that particular person that you're soliciting your business to. The good thing is that we have a business model canvas, which is a one-page document, does not replace a business plan, but can assist you in putting those ideas in paper. Think of it as a small outline of an outline. So by doing so, we're able to start creating the roadmap for developing the business plan. And it has the same core components: the customer relations, the customer segments, the key resources, the revenue streams, the cost structure, and the key partners. So everything that we have talked about in the business plan is also part of the business model canvas, but definitely creates a small outline. Then afterwards, let's put more meat into the body. Okay. This is where you're able to have to know your audience, just like how it is, read the room. This is a good plan. It's tailored to your specific audience. So if you want to looking for funding or anything along those sorts, you cater a business plan to the investors, the bankers, the lenders, while a general business plan, it is the strategic approach of the business. So having a good understanding of what is the action or the intent of the business plan, that's where you're able to tailor to that specific audience. And the executive summary, it is to catch the reader's interest and continue to read on of the business. There are competing recommendations between, because at the end of the day, it is what is the overall intent of the business plan? Are you looking more for capital approach, or is it more for the traditional pitch deck for investors, or is it just for day-to-day usage? So it all varies based on what industry you're in, what type of business you have, and then what is the overall goal that you intend to use the business plan for. So different methods like the lean startup, the business model canvas, and the traditional business plan, in which the traditional business plan should be no more than seven pages. The financing. This is it's one of the most important areas in order to start to continue to grow. It is you get the marketing, you get the ideal clients, now you need the funds to continue to grow the business. So before your business launch, your website, or open the doors, you have bills to pay. It could be the brick and mortar services or online, but definitely start calculating those expenses. Depending on how much funds you anticipate, how much expenses you anticipate in launching your business, it could be the insurance, the salaries, the licensing. Have them break them up into monthly expenses or one-time expenses. And you should calculate at least for 1 year, but if you could project them from 3 to 5 years, it's even better, because you're able to incorporate this into the business plan. In the financial projections, this is very helpful not only for the business plan, but also for yourself to have understand your numbers. And also, if you're looking for capital assistance, this is where the lenders will be asking you. Explaining your revenue forecast, how much money you need and have, what is the intent, when does and how does the business expect to make profit, the break-even analysis. It also details what your marketing and operation processes or plans will cost, and provide the 3 financial statements. The 3 financial statements, it is the projected balance sheet, the cash flow projections, and the P&L, the profit and loss projections. The good thing is that all participants will be receiving the presentation along with the links. So definitely, once you click on the link, it's an easy assistance, so you're able to incorporate your numbers into the respective documents. The balance sheets, it reports the company's assets, the liabilities, the shareholder equity, the cash flow projections. It is the money entering and leaving your business over a given period of time. It could be weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually. It enables you to meet those financial obligations as well plan for the future. And the profit and loss is the fixed expenses. Think of it as the salaries. On a monthly basis, it's the same salary, same pay. It could be the rent, it could be the mortgage, it could be the insurance. While the variable, it could be the inventory, it could also be the commissions for any sales personnel that you might have. And each entry on the P&L statement provides insight into the cash flow of the company and shows where the money is coming from and how it's being used. And what we talked about earlier, the break-even analysis, it is the threshold that needs to be surpassed before the business becomes profitable. It could be within 2 years, 5 years, it could be 2 days, who knows? But if it's in 2 days, that's fantastic. You definitely struck gold. But what is the overall break-even analysis so that it carries a narrative and creates the roadmap for the next phase of the business? There's various forms of obtaining sources of capital. One of the most common areas to start the business is bootstrapping. It is you're retaining the ownership and control over the business, but we talked about the risk of being a small business owner. If you're not careful and you're assuming all the risk, impacts your personal finance and could delay your retirement. So the intent is to have that calculated risk for you to be successful and not lose your money as well. There's different forms of obtaining financing: bootstrapping, the small business grants, mission-based lenders, SBA microloans and loans, family and friends, commercial loans, crowdfunding, peer-to-peers, angel investors, and venture capitalists. So different avenues where you can obtain financing, but no two businesses, no two industries are the same, and there's different variables as well. So for example, like what we talked about right here, your business can access different points of the continuum depending on the stage of your business. Let's just pretend if Lauren is starting the business and I've been in business for 20 years, it's apples to oranges. Even though we're in the same industry, but what's the business structure, what type of capital needs, and other factors like if my credit is bad, Lauren's is fantastic. She has collateral, I don't. What are the conditions? So there are different variables based on how much capital one will be getting, but always have there's multiple options in terms of how you're able to get financing. Okay, I just have a few questions here. Yes, some depending on what type of industry you're in. So the question was, as a startup, is it expected that we have these financial documents upfront prior to earning any revenue to record, or would you use the projected earnings? It is best that if you're already generating some money, you're able to generate the narrative in the story, because you want to be realistic with the numbers as close as possible. And you could definitely talk based on if it's a seasonal business, like for example, like back to school. It's always the sales are always skyrocketing based on July, August, and September versus February, March, and April. So they might ask you to be in business for at least 6 months, generating profit, so you're able to see how much capacity you're able to repay the loan and also to continue to grow the business. And then is there a list for small business grants? We do have some colleagues of ours, especially like in the county. There's a good website that could definitely have like some grant opportunities that are out there. Also, there is the mom and pop grants, touching base with the CRAs in the respected cities. Those are some opportunities for grants, but also there's other grants within other institutions or entities. It could be a local bank might have a grant, or any other programs, like for example, Verizon and Digital Ready, where you could be eligible for $10,000. And it's taking two online courses to help you with your digital marketing. So that's different avenues how you're able to get some grants as well. Okay. Perfect. And then in regards of the our services, we provide assistance at no cost. All the different facets of what a small business entails, for the exception of accounting and legal, But definitely, shoot me an email and I'll be more than happy to provide you the the referral list of all the accountants and legal professionals. And it'll be your due diligence for you to reach out to them, as we cannot be endorsing one over the other. Okay. So now we're here for launching, getting your idea. Now you're ready to start your business. So in the next poll that we're gonna have right here, I just want to ask you, are you already registered on some biz? Where are you in the in your business journey to make everything good to go? No, okay. Okay. So I see it's more like a 60-40 split so far. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. My goal for me is to help you to incorporate the right way to make sure that all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. So those who have not yet registered on SunBiz, allow us to help you with that process and making sure the EIN, the BOI, all the listen, all the different permits, licensing is in good standing. And those who have already done so, perfect. Congratulations. You are already registered in the state of Florida, but also allow us to work with you to make sure you are fully compliant and also helping you with the next step, the next growth of the business. One of the key questions that we always ask our clients, regardless what type of assistance they're seeking, it's okay, you got a loan, what's next? You hired someone, what's next? You started your business, you already registered on SunBiz, what's next? So that we're able to continue the momentum, because at the same time, we want to have that strong foundation for the four walls of your house. So this is the final step into incorporate and launching your business. There's various forms of ownership. It could be a sole proprietor. It is a one-person operation. A partnership, think of it as a marriage. In this case, a partnership is two or more people legally agree to become co-owners of a business. Corporation, it is a legal entity with authority to act and have liability apart from its owners. So think of it as something separate. One of the most common ones, it is the LLC. It offers any protection that the owner from personal liability from any debts the business incurs. So everything is separated. So definitely encourage you to have a separate business bank account so that you're not commingling your personal finances with the finances of the business. The same exact example here for the LLC is protecting you for whatever happens to the business. You're being fully protected on your personal self. Correct. Now I have a question here based on what are the advantages of registering on SunBiz versus another state. That is, no two businesses are the same. So my recommendation is touch base with your legal professional on that area, because it's being fully compliant that you're solely doing business here in the state of Florida. And then SunBiz, it is only for Florida, correct? But if you go to your state's business corporation website, you're able to see, the procedures and the process. Every state has a website for business corporations, because they're separate forms. Correct. Yeah. So yes. So the only difference between the LLC and sole proprietor is that the LLC assets separate from the owner. Correct. You're fully protected. So for example, if someone were to sue me on the business, they're only going to be suing the business, not the assets that the owner incurs. Correct. So we're launching the business depending on what business, what product or service in the industry. Some advantages will take effect. Some will be some disadvantages, like the personal liabilities, the taxes, the paperwork. So definitely, this is where we encourage you to touch base with your accountant or attorney for guidance in those considerations. Yes. Yeah. Can LLCs have multiple owners? Yes. But that'll be more towards you're venturing towards a corporation or partnership. So definitely touch base with your accountant or legal professional, because then that's where you're able to create the partnership agreement. Something were to happen, who gets the majority ownership of the business? Is it 50-50? Is it 99-1%? So by having the operating agreements, then that's where you're going towards the legal side. one of the biggest areas that I strongly encourage you to do before you start marketing your business, creating social media platforms, websites, it is first search if your business name is available on SunBiz, because this you're able to have a due diligence, making sure that there's no similar name or the same pronunciation, different spelling, because you know what are the business ethics and business practice of that particular business. Because last thing that you don't want, you don't be associated to that particular business if that was a money laundry business, a bad business, you never know. So it's about your reputation. So SunBiz is a first plan for you to review if the name is available. Also has legal forms, additional resources, regulations, and when it's applicable, create a fictitious business name. So I know that I had a participant saying about if SunBiz is only for the state of Florida. Yes, it is. But if you put your states and also divisional corporations, then right there you'll be able to see your state's process in terms of how to search for the records, starting a business, and proceed with the step-by-step on how to incorporate in that state. Once you fully incorporate with the state, then the next step is the IRS, which is getting the EIN number. It helps you to register the business entity, obtain a business loan, open business bank accounts, and is needed for tax filing and reporting purposes. This is something new, which is the Business Ownership Information, which is the Corporate Transparency Act. All small businesses, to show who are the owners of a corporation are. It makes it harder for bad actors to hide ill-gotten gains through shell companies or other ownership structures. So this is really important that was enacted this year. So definitely, if you haven't done so, please do so. And once again, our team will be able to assist you with the step-by-step process. Any companies that are registered to business in the United States, if the business or the company was formed before January 1st of 24, you have up until January 1st of 25. So you have almost less than 60 days. If the company was formed this year in 2024, you must file it within 90 days of formation. If you haven't done so, please do it ASAP, because some of the fines are heavy and there's a lot more penalties. Here's a website through FinCEN, which is Financial Crimes Unit of the Federal Department of Treasury, and it has the full step-by-step process into file and report the BOI. Once you have done the state and federal side resources, now here's the city and county. If you want to start a business in Miami-Dade County, the county has a good website to help you launch your business, along with the permits, licensing requirements, and the employer resources. You should also be required to get the local business tax receipt, which is also the local the occupational license. Depending on which municipality, there's other permits that is needed. So definitely do a due diligence, reach out to the city, and they'll be able to help you with what is needed and not needed. Think of this as your renewal of your car tag. Everyone renews it every year. So think of this as another avenue for you to renew on a yearly basis, and it has to be displayed prominently in your business. So as we're coming to the conclusion of the presentation, I'm providing all the different links into one particular slide. So one of the big key takeaways of today's presentation is this slide: how to develop the business plan, how to start the business in the state, getting additional information from the SBA website, but Miami-Dade County and the state of Florida business regulations. So you want to make sure that you're being compliant, because the penalties of not being compliant is very hefty. And I want to make sure that you're spending the money in items to grow instead of expenses as for penalties and fines that you shouldn't be obtaining. So we talked earlier about the different formulas, different numbers, but at the same time, we want to make sure that you are good in regards of finding the actual success of the secret sauce of the formula. So I'm condensing a small checklist just for you. And these are the 13 steps to make your business legit. It is choosing the business name, choosing your business address, creating the business entity, registering your business, getting the licensing and permits as needed, along with the EIN number. Followed by opening up a business bank account. Consider getting a business credit card, a microloan, business credit. Set up your books. We're actually having a webinar, no, a training in QuickBooks, so you can fully understand your numbers, your books, as well, and creating a website. We have a few pre-recorded webinars that could definitely enhance you how to develop a website through Canva. Getting a business phone number. Instead of having your personal cell phone in the website, you could use Google Voice, along registering your business with online services. So these are different tools for you, different steps to make your business legit, and having the grand opening that we definitely would love to be invited to be one of your first sales. So before I proceed and open up the floor for any questions, definitely encourage you to connect with us in any way. Visit our website, like and subscribe our YouTube channel, follow us on our social media channels. But definitely one big key takeaway that I would love to do is on the poll, it was, what are the 3 key areas of assistance that you're seeking? Because I don't want this to be a one-off. I want to have a continuous conversation with each and every one of you, so we could provide the framework and the guide work, so that once I get the responses, I'll be more happy to connect with you after today and give you the next steps, connecting you with our business consultants. If you're looking for capital, business planning, marketing, government contracting, all the different facets of what a small business entails, we have a specialized consultant to assist you at no cost. Because at the end of the day, I want you to be successful in 2025. So let's start implementing the strategies today so that you're getting 14 months for the price of 12 months. Okay. Cool. Okay. So if you have any questions, definitely I'm available right here, and I'll be more happy to help you out with any questions, concerns that you might have. Okay. And then I want to thank you for attending today's webinar. Like I said, any way that we can assist you with your business needs, we're an email, a phone call, a workshop away. And I want to thank Lauren and Lorna for being today's moderators and panelists as well. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. But then at the same time, we have a plethora of workshops in person and online now until the end of December. So definitely encourage you to participate. And definitely, this is the starting point of the framework of the business. Then afterwards, all the different workshops that we have, it's going to be going more specific towards marketing structures, the digital marketing, the business planning, operations, the financing side. So it starts to build that branch, that tree. So definitely yeah, then Claudia. So this is the first step of laying the brick on towards where you would like to pursue for 2025. Okay, so the difference between the SBC and Startup FIU, we all collaborate together. We're housed under the FIU as a whole. The FSBDC at FIU, we get federal funds to provide no-cost business assistance to small businesses here in Miami-Dade, Monroe County. But the overall Florida SBC network receives funds from the SBA, so it's like a trickle down. We're FIU is the whole it's the host of our center. Thank you, Daniel, for attending. Thank you. Okay, so I don't see any additional questions, but like I said, I want to thank you all for attending. Yes, Yes, no worries. We have completed today's presentation. I want to be mindful and respectful of your time. Yes, all participants will be receiving today's presentation recording along with my contact information with any way I can to assist you. I'm more than happy to connect you and provide you with the next steps. Okay. All right. All right. So I want to thank everyone for attending, and I'll be looking forward assisting you, helping you out with any I can. Additional info regarding contracts. I'm assuming it's government contracts. I'm assuming. Yes, perfect. Okay. Yes. What type of contracts are you looking for? Is it more state, local, federal, um, or certifications? Where are you? So like that, I'll be able to guide you with the next steps. Certifications, perfect. Yes. Shoot me an email, and I'll be more than happy to provide you the information. Perfect. Okay. Shoot me an email. I'll be more happy to connect you with the steps of the different certifications so that you could do it like cross the T's and dot the I's, which one is needed, not needed. And then if you are located here in Miami-Dade, I'll be more happy to connect you with my colleagues in the county that they have an excellent vendor academy, so you're able to fully understand the vendor proposals, the cost and estimating, but also the networking. What is out there, so you're able to have a seat at the table. So when the time is right, you're able to own that table. And if your services, it's like or products is for Miami-Dade Public Schools, we also have a great colleague that could definitely connect you. But it's all about the networking, the connections, because from them, then you could go to Broward County Public Schools and onward. So there's different avenues, but definitely starting local definitely helps to build that capability statement along understanding your NACE codes. If you don't know your NACE codes, don't worry, we'll be more than happy to assist you with the NACE codes. Hillsborough County, that's not a problem. Shoot me an email and I'll be more than happy to connect you with my colleague, my counterpart as well, over in Hillsborough, which is the Florida SPDC at USF. And we have a great consultant that will be able to assist you. But shoot me the email, I'm more than happy to connect you. Anytime, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So that concludes today's presentation. Lorna, thank you so much. And but at the same time, I want to thank all the participants that were here present. And any way we can, I look forward to seeing you at physically, and I'm more than happy to help you out any way I can. Thank you all, and have a good afternoon.